here we are again at the New Zealand National Field Days at Mystery Creek, and with me now is Colin Granger-Allan. Now, Colin is a dairy farmer from Rotorua, but he goes by the name of agchatnz cows. Now, that's a Twitter name. So welcome along there, Colin. Now, you better tell me all about Twitter. I'm on Twitter,
yes,
but Sarah actually does all my tweeting. I need to learn.
I think I need someone to do my tweeting, but it's, I mean, Twitter is really a social media on the internet where people can post information about whatever they want, and it's quite an open group. So, it's not like Facebook where you have to friend someone and be friends with someone. You can just go on Twitter and start following people and start talking to anybody in the world. I mean, it's quite good.
What are some of the main differences to just comparing it to Facebook? Like, you don't put photos on there, or you do?
Yeah, I use photos quite a lot. I find photos telling the agricultural story quite powerful. So, and it's quite useful. You can take a picture of. I took a picture of calving a cow one day. I'm holding onto the ropes, trying to pull the calf out, and I'm trying to take a picture as well. So you can put a lot of power in, because you're restricted to 140 characters. So
that's characters being letters that you can.
Right. Yes.
So that's not many words, really.
No. So you've got to fit something into quite a small space. So to help narrate the story, a picture is really powerful.
Yeah. So how long have you been tweeting?
I joined in 2009, so 5 years now. And when I went on Twitter, I decided I wanted to make Twitter all about farming. So I said I just wanted to follow farmers, not celebrities and things like that. I just wanted to connect with farmers all around the world. And I went on there and I didn't find any other New Zealand farmers on there at all. So I started talking to people all around the world, America, UK, anywhere, all farmers, and I started following. Then I went in and looked at who they're following and started finding as many farmers as I could, and you just connect with them and you just ask them questions. What's your milk price happening in Ireland, or things like that, and you grow your following. So
you have to ask them to.
So if I follow you,
yes,
I just follow you.
I can't stop you following me.
You could if you really wanted to. You can block.
Yes, yeah.
But most people, it's generally reciprocal. So if I follow you, generally you'll go, oh, he's like an interesting guy, I'll follow him back. So whatever you say, you will see come up in your feed on Twitter, and whatever you say, I would see come up on there. So you can see everything then, and you can communicate quite freely.
So your farmers are taking it seriously? A lot of New Zealand farmers on there?
We're getting a lot of traction now. I think it works well for us because of our, demographic is spread over such a huge area. We've got a low population and farmers are all over the country, quite isolated in times. You can be selling your tractor, and have a smoke or break and think, oh, gee, I wonder who else is on, ploughing the paddock today, and start talking to someone and say, oh, gee, how's it going? Are you struggling, or adverse weather events and things. You can say, what's the flooding like in your area, and find out how those guys are getting on. And a lot of cases a lot quicker than on the news or things like that, like earthquakes. It's so instant. You go on Twitter and you'll know about an earthquake and what's happened a lot quicker.
Have you got to meet a few people in real life, like say here at the Field Days?
Yes, it's been really good. And that's what I've been doing, going around and talking to people, and you can talk to someone on Twitter for 2 or 3 years and never meet that person because they live in Invercargill or somewhere else, and you can come here and go, oh, that's someone I follow on Twitter, and you can go up and have a chat with them, and then it just adds to the next time you speak to them, you just feel like you know them that bit better. We've been getting a lot of traction.
I know when we were at the deer conference and we were live streaming the deer conference in Methven recently, and Sarah was tweeting out there, and all the farmers tweeting back.
That's right.
So, and AgChat. Now, tell me about AgChat. That's part of it.
AgChat is a big part of it. So when I went on, the other thing I did when I started going on Twitter is countries like America, UK, and Australia had what they call AgChat, and they use AgChat as the American one. AgChat Oz is the Australian one, and AgriChat UK is the UK one. And what they do is they have a predetermined time that they meet on Twitter. So in the UK, I think it's a Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
A bunch of people will get on there, all be on.
All at the same time. And so it's a bit like remembering when your favourite TV program's on. You go, oh, gee, it's Ag Chat tonight. I'll go on and see what the talk is about tonight.
So how often is this?
So at the moment, AgChatNZ is running once a week. So 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night, we all go on there. Yes. And what we do is we have a guest blogger write a blog about a topic. And that goes on our website before the chat, so people can read it and get a bit of an idea what the topic is for the week.
Yeah, sounds a great thing. Have you got like a president?
Well, there was four of us set it all up, so there was 4 founding members. We're a non-profit charitable organisation, so we wanted it to be independent. You know, it was our thing, and yeah, it works really well. So when you meet there on a slot, and then we start asking questions. So at 8 p.m. we'll ask a question about the topic, and it runs for an hour. So every 15 minutes we'll post a new question on the topic that we're talking about, and then people reply. So I mean, the first one we did brand New Zealand, you know, and started talking about what brand New Zealand meant to farmers, and I think we did water quality. We've done youth in agriculture, and you know, we got some really good talk happening. And then also people have side, you know, people a bit like being in a room of people, you know, they go off in the corner and have their own talk, and you can follow that as well, because you can see everything, because the Ag Chat, the hashtag is the bit that makes it all come up, so you can see. Yeah. So that's what, you know, brings it up all so you can see it in real time. Yeah. So that's what makes it easy to follow. So we all use the hashtag AgChatNZ. That's the real key to it.
So could someone, for instance, after Ag Chat's finished on a Wednesday, they've been busy, they're away, Thursday they can look up Ag Chat and they can read all the posts and see the whole conversation, like
if you
a meeting.
If you do a search, it's just like having live minutes written for you. And you can go on there and say, oh, I wonder what NZK said about this subject, and you can go in there and go, oh yeah. And you can read it as it was written. So
what a great thing. Any arguments?
No, we've been pretty good. I think we did one on politics. That was probably the potential for the most. But no, everybody was well behaved. I think that's the thing. You know, the people using it are quite respectful, and that's the key to it as well. But no, and we want a broad range of. That's what makes it exciting, is that anybody can go on there. You know. An Auckland mum in you know, can come on there and ask a question about agriculture directly to people that are doing it, and you know, they might find that quite difficult in normal life, you know, but they can sit at home and do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So people can just tweet you.
Yes.
At NZ Cows.
That's right. Yes.
Thank you very much, Colin.
No worries. It's been great to be here.
We're going to let you get going so that you can go do some more tweeting.
Yes, that's right.
You can go and meet some of the people in real life. Thanks very much for coming in.
No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
See you soon.